What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of our last season here in our Pro Cyclist mode, where this year we will be riding for Team Jumbo-Visma alongside Wout van Aert. I'm very excited about it. The Hills team we have is absolutely insane, so I'm really looking forward to that classic season. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and start off with the Santos Tour Down Under right after I show you the squad. And as you can see, this squad is a terrifying one for other teams. We have Mads Pedersen, the cobbled sprinter extraordinaire, Wout van Aert, who definitely needs no introduction, Leo Hayter, who is going to be our main GC threat, I would assume. He's got okay time trial, but 80 mountain, 80 medium mountain, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Ourselves, with the 82 hill stat, we're going to take the lead in our punchy stages that we're going to be racing this year. Wilco Kelderman, Primoz Roglic, Soren Kragh Andersen, Max van der Meulen, also up there in the hills with 79. Tiemann Ahrensman, one of my favorite riders, who is 80 in the mountains, 78 in the hills, great time trial. He could be a sneaky GC candidate himself. And it keeps going with Tom Gloag, Ben Turner, Vlad van Mechelen, Tish Benoot is still here, Sam Oomen, Tobias Foss, Andreas Leknessund, Attila Walter, Florian Vermeersch. I cannot wait to get racing with this team. So we will get straight into that racing with Stage 4 of the Santos Tour Down Under. We are 25 seconds back after a time trial and a couple flat stages. But Stage 4, Norwood to Campbelltown, a 116.9 kilometer hill stage, and this is where we are going to look to start our defense of the Santos Tour Down Under title. We're going to attack up that last ramp, see if we can stay away on that downhill. I think it's going to be the same move we made last year, if I'm not mistaken. So we know we can do it. It's just up to the application now. And here we get our first look at Vladimir Saracen in the Jumbo-Visma colors, I guess, with the Czech national champion jersey on. But make no mistake about it, we are a large part of the Killer Bees this season, as Tish Benoot is going to be our main domestique through these hill stages. And we are here with 9.5K left to go. We have reached the bottom of the corkscrew, the final climb of the day. Conchi still out in the lead by about 18 seconds, but he is going to get swallowed up pretty quickly, I would assume. We are waiting for our energy gel to pop so we can attack. Tish Benoot doing a fantastic job of bringing us to the front. And we're actually going to turn the pace up a little bit, let that attack fizzle out, and now we can really go for it. Tish Benoot will be left behind, unfortunately, and we've got 0.2 kilometers to the top of the climb. We have a 22-second gap over whoever is chasing us down. We are in our aerodynamic position, and we are setting on 85 for this downhill. Still a 22-second gap over whoever is in second place. Tish Benoot, you can do your own thing. You've earned it. And with 3.5K left, we still have that same gap. We're not going to have much of a sprint left here at the end, but hopefully we don't need it as Schultz decides to attack out of the peloton. But we will have a little bit of a sprint. We're going to let it go with about 900 meters to go. Still 21 seconds over E2 as we come across the line and take our first stage win of the season with about a 20-second gap back to Adam Yates. And there we finally see ourselves in Jumbo-Visma colors for the first time on top of the podium. 21 seconds ahead of Adam Yates, 30 ahead of the main group led by Nick Schultz. And if we go ahead and take a look at the GC standings, we are in first place by 15 seconds over Nielsen Palace, 20 seconds back to Pipo Ghana. We're going to have to keep our eyes on those two in the coming stages. And if we look at the climber classification, Nick Schultz in the lead with 17 points. That's not really a concern to us. Points, we are sitting in 5th with 30. Jasper Philipsen definitely going to win that category, though. Young rider, we are up by 22 seconds over our teammate Vlad van Mechelen. And that means the team classification is only going to go one way. Jumbo-Visma on top by 23 seconds ahead of EF, and we're going to look to keep it that way. And we are going to move on to Stage 5, Port Wollonga to Wollonga, a 134.9 kilometer hill stage. But again, it looks more like an uphill sprint to us. So I don't know if we're going to be the best for this stage, but we're going to give it a go, try and keep Nielsen Palace and, I can't, People Ghana, there. That's who's in third place. Look to keep them in check, not lose any time, and if there's an opportunity, we'll try and take it. And we are here with just under 10K to go. We're getting close to that final little hill. The break still has 30 seconds, so it's looking like it's coming back now. Steph Cross was up there, so I was a little concerned, but not too concerned. Tish Benoot again eating the wind for us. Ben Turner, Wilco Kelderman on the front of the peloton. This Jumbo-Visma team is just filled with stars, and we're not going to let anybody get away just before the end. So we're going to set our effort to 85, have Tish Benoot bring us to the front and get ready for this final sprint. As with 4.5k left to go, we will pop our energy gel. I hope Tish Benoot has also popped his energy gel, but it looks like his red bar is running out pretty quickly. We might have gone to the front a little too early. I think that is the case. But even without Tish, we should have a decent shot at this. We're going to ramp up the pressure to 92. And after this left turn, we should be able to start our sprint. Maybe left it a little bit late. Oh, that's not the finish line. Maybe we didn't leave it late. Du Bois, Lastra, Narvaez coming up the outside, and it's gonna be a second stage win for Vladimir Saracen, followed closely by Jasper Philipsen and Jonathan Lastra. Very unlikely. We definitely botched our sprint timing on that one, but still somehow come away with the win and the 10 bonus seconds. And that takes us to no bonus seconds, still 25 seconds over Nielsen Palace, 30 over People Ghana. So nothing changed in the GC. Just another stage win for Vladimir Saracen. And that will take us to the final stage, Stage 6, Unli to Mount Lofty, a 113.9 kilometer hill stage where we ended up winning this tour last season. So we're going to look to recreate that this year. And with the 25-second gap, I think we can afford to be a little aggressive here. We're definitely not just going to sit back and try and take the GC. We want 3 stage wins. And here with 10k to go, we have reached the bottom of the last climb. The front group still has a minute 50, so it doesn't look like it's going to be 3 stage wins for us. Tish Benoot also looking like he's in pretty rough shape. We're actually going to turn the pressure up a little bit on him. But Ben O'Connor, 224 behind in that front group, is the only threat, so we are just looking to come in under that and keep the pace high enough that nobody else can come behind us and sneak 25 seconds, as Tish doing a great job right now, but he is almost out of stamina. We're going to go ahead and pop our energy gel with 5.5k left to go, because Tish is officially done, so we're going to turn the pressure up ourselves. We can see 2 riders just in front of us. We're going to pull it back to 85. Ben Turner, he can do the job protecting us now, so we can turn it back up to 87, maybe even 89. We're getting dangerously close to the end of this stage. We're going to go up this final hill with 92 as our pace, our stamina in a good spot. We timed the energy gel wrong, we saw that, but we're going to go ahead and start our sprint with 1k out, hopefully catch the riders in front of us. But it's going to be Ben O'Connor by about 20 seconds just in front of us and the other rider in our group who has been dropped. But that means we are going to take our second straight Santos Tour Down Under with a second place on Stage 6. And there we see Ben O'Connor take his stage win on top of the podium, but he will not be there for long, because for general classification, Vladimir Saracen wins the Santos Tour Down Under again, ahead of Pipo Ganna by 51 seconds. Jai Hindley finishing third, 1 minute and 18 seconds back. So a very dominating performance here from Vladimir Saracen in his first race at Jumbo-Visma. The best climber will be Filippo Conci, followed by Damian Tuza. We sit there in 5th place. In the points classification, Jasper Philipsen, no surprise. He is at Lotto Destiny now, 104 points. Absolutely insane total for him with how many hill stages there were. And the young rider category can only go to one man, Vladimir Saracen, 2 minutes and 1 second ahead of Oscar Onley. And the team classification also goes to Jumbo-Visma, 120, or not 120, 1 minute 20 seconds ahead of Team Vittel. And we're going to look to keep that good form going. And more good news after that Tour Down Under win. We received 73 XP points, which will get us to level 22. If we take a look, we do get another skill point, so we're going to go in and put that in straight away. And as this is our last season, we don't really need the willpower or the fitness peak. We'll probably go for stealth level 2. We never use it, but it might be nice to have once we get into the Grand Tour. So stealth level 2 is what we're taking at level 23. And after that big win at the Tour Down Under, we arrive at Strade Bianche, a 185.3 kilometer hilly cobbled stage where it's not perfectly suited to us, but as we know, the cobbles aren't super difficult, and with no Wout van Aert to ride with us or for us, it's going to make life a little more difficult than it should be, but our team's strong enough, we should be thereabouts towards the end, so we're going to go ahead and try and take this one for the first time in our career. And here with 48.5k left to go, Thibaut Nice has made a move up this hill. We're going to try and chase him down. You can see Alaphilippe up the road as well. Not good news for us, but we have Tobias Foss to eat the win for us now, and we'll have Andreas Leknesson for later. We just don't know how early we want to burn these guys out, but for right now, looks like Thibaut Nice has about a 2-minute advantage on us. And here with 22k left to go, Andreas Leknesson, our last domestique, is just about done. Thibaut Nice still has about a minute 40, but he is up the road on his own as Remco Evenepoel and Quinn Simmons decide it's their turn to attack. We are not going to attack just yet. Our stamina is in a pretty decent spot, however, and we're going to turn it up to 85, 86, somewhere around there on this climb. Thibaut Nice is going to be very difficult to pull back, though. Warren Barguil also up the road. I mean, a minute 30 with 17k left is not a small gap, and we do need water. We're going to have to wait until this little cobble section is over so we don't lose the wheel of Quinn Simmons as he just powers on. We would actually do well to follow him if we could. It appears we can't. But now in a group of 3, we're going to go ahead, get our water, and start this final chase for Thibaut Nice. And we are here with 8k left on the wheel of Quinn Simmons. The leading group still has a minute 40. Thibaut Nice not in that group, however. But we might have left it just a little too late. There are 2 climbs left. I don't know if that's enough to make up almost 2 minutes on. So we're going to have to set our pace back up to 85 and hope for the best. We are still a kilometer behind the leaders, just a little more than that, as with 4.5k to go, we're going to use our energy gel. We're catching Maurice right here. There's still 2 riders. Zambonini, one of them, I believe he won this race last year, also in the breakaway. We can't let him get 2 in a row. There's a minute 20 gap now as we come to the Via Santa Caterina. In the lead of our group, we're going to set the pace to 90. Hope we can catch him up this final climb. as our energy gel just pops, we're going to go ahead and start our sprint a little later than the guys around us. And it looks like it's going to be the breakaway. Once again, Clement Berthet, Eduardo Zambanini, Quinn Simmons, Julian Alaphilippe, and Remco Evenepoel, and ourselves coming across the line in 5th place. So a big disappointment here at Strade Bianche. And we will try and get over that quickly here at Milano-San Remo, the first monument of the year and one that we are very familiar with, having won it last year. And we're going to look to make it 2 in a row. It's a 299.0 kilometer flat stage. But as you can see there, the Poggio looming just before the end is where we again are going to make our move and hopefully make it 2 out of 2 here in Milano-San Remo. And here with 28.5k left to go, we have reached the bottom of the Cipressa, the second to last climb, the one just before the Poggio. And the front group still has about a minute, but we are making significant inroads. There's only one rider left up the road as Florian Vermeersch decides he wants to go. I feel like this is just a little bit too early to make a move stick. We are supposed to be a teammate today. That is definitely not happening. We are trying to defend a title here. We are the Monument Champion. We're going to continue to be the Monument Champion. But nobody has dropped out of the peloton yet, so unfortunately we can't control our teammates' effort, as there was a tiny little split there, but Vlad van Mechelen set up so Mads Pedersen, I'm sure, didn't get dropped as we go over. And it's on to the Poggio, where we are going to look to make our move. And with 11k left to go, we have just about reached the bottom of the Poggio. It is starting now, so we are going to set our effort up, use our sneak just in case. The energy gel has already been popped, and about halfway up I think is where we're going to look to make an attack. We are putting the pressure on the rest of the peloton right now, and I think right about now might be a good time to start our attack, use some of that acceleration. This Team Vittel rider staying on our wheel. That's going to be Pipo Ganna. So we will have a group with us at the finish. We're going to set it up to 99. Derek G decides to go. Great for him. We're going to tuck in right here, maybe use our acrobatic descent a little bit, see if we can catch up to Derek G, because we don't stand a chance in the sprint finish. There are 4k to go. Derek G just in front of us. We have a 20-second gap group or back to the peloton currently. And our acrobatic descent has ended, and we're going to have to win a sprint finish against Derek G and maybe others if we play around too much. There's 1.3 left to go. We're going to start our sprint. Hopefully Derek G runs out of stamina. He won't. And it's going to be Derek G from Israel Premier Tech taking Milano-San Remo as we come across the line in second place. Perfectly timed move from Derek G, but again, another disappointing end here in Italy. And that will bring to an end what will be a bit of a bittersweet episode. A great first win at Santos Tour Down Under, where I thought we were going to be dominating this entire year, but disappointing results. Well, I say disappointing. It's a top 5 at Strade Bianche and second place at Milano-San Remo. And we weren't in the best fitness for those. And with the classics coming up, I think we're going to be in a really good spot at the Ronde van Vlaanderen, Liège-Bastogne-Liège. I think we can really make some noise there. And that will be in the next episode along with Paris-Roubaix. So if you enjoyed the content, please feel free to subscribe or to leave a like. I try to put out one episode of this series every week and one episode of our Team Sky career mode every weekend. But this week we will be getting an extra episode of Team Sky. So tune in. Yeah. But thank you for all the support on the series. It means the world. And for now, I will say thank you, and I will see you later.